What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning in to another video. I know I've been away for a bit. We had a little camping trip. You've seen the video, hopefully, but we've been waiting on stuff for the Audi. I got some stuff that came today, and I got more stuff coming tomorrow. Basically, the stuff to do the air condition, I got some of it, and the rest of it should be here by tomorrow, hopefully. I did get the paint today. I'm not impressed with this paint company. I dealt with a lot of stuff getting this paint, and then they send it to me, folks, and basically this is what it is. I'll be lucky to get what I need done. I was thinking maybe I could have did the hood too, but not with this here. I'm gonna have to order more. So for now, we're just gonna hope for the best that this will work. You wouldn't believe how much I paid for this. Altogether, it was like 110 bucks by the time it got to me, or something like that. But I dealt with stuff, like I paid shipping when I ordered the stuff from Amazon, okay, which Amazon is pretty good. I've never had an issue with Amazon until I dealt with this company. Basically, I had their carrier call me asking for more money for the shipment. I was not impressed. Then they shipped it back to the customer, so that even made me more mad. Then the customer ended up sending it UPS. That customer is no longer on Amazon anymore. Amazon deleted them. They will never be on there again. So, and Amazon got a new company on there with that paint out of the States. So I bought this paint out of Germany, just so y'all know. But Amazon got a new company out of the States that's selling the paint. Comes with your primer, your base, and then your seal or clear coat, right? 3 set, and it's like, I think it's like almost 150 bucks Canadian, but they're the full cans, not these little puny things that I got there. Like, that is ridiculous. I'm so mad about it. You know, like, after spending such a bunch of a hassle dealing with this company, and then to get something that small, it's like did I not read the small print? Like, seriously, you know, like when I seen the picture, it looked like, you know, like chubby cans. They weren't the extreme big ones. They looked like chubby cans, but instead, that's what I got. Anyways, with that said, we're gonna get started. We're gonna start on this, getting that there. We're gonna, like I said, we're gonna go straight across here. We're gonna paint it all. So I'm gonna wet sand it, then I'm gonna clean it, and then I'm gonna spray it. I got some garbage bags in my pocket there that I'm gonna use to tape up, and we're gonna, same thing over here, we're gonna wet sand it, and we're gonna try to paint the whole thing, folks. I'm gonna wet sand the whole thing, that way I can get rid of all this stickiness here too. Wet sand the whole thing, and then we're gonna prime it, or then we're gonna paint it and see how it turns out. So without further ado, let's get into it. Let's get started, get it done. Hopefully it turns out good. And those other things that gotta go on, I got the I gotta just basically paint those. I'll give them a clean up, and then we'll throw some paint on them and some clear coat. Hopefully it does. All right, folks, so you can see what I got done here. I know it don't look perfect. I don't have paper. I probably could have used cardboard, I guess, maybe, I don't know. This is just kind of rough. Now I'm gonna wet sand it. I got a bucket of water, I got a little spray thing. I got this is 2000 grit. I'm basically gonna give it a wet sand, the whole thing, wipe it all down, and then I'm gonna spray it. So let's get to it. Alright folks, so you can see now that I sanded that down, wet sanded it. It's looking pretty good. I wiped it off with some paper towel. I do not have grease and whatever, what is it, oil and grease remover, so I'm going to do it the best I can. I think it'll be okay anyways. You know, like this is, once you sand it, you're basically taking all that stuff off anyway, so I mean, yeah, it's not ideal, as you know, you should have it, but it should hold. It should hold. I mean, I had no issue with my primer holding, so you know, I should have no issue with this paint holding. You know, over time it might have an issue. I think over time it's going to have more than one issue, right? But for now, it looks good. We'll throw some paint on it, and we'll see how it turns out. So let's get that done. So one of the main things you want to do when you're painting is you want to take your can. You want to shake it good. Make sure it is shook good. You know, because last thing you want is to, especially with these little cans, is to waste some. And then we're gonna paint her. Shouldn't be too bad. Should be fairly easy. I'm not liking how it's spraying. I know that. It don't even look the same. I don't know. All right, folks, so I put a coat on there. I don't like how the can sprays. It kind of come out in not a whole area, it come out in like one little area. So basically, I don't like how it sprays. I tried to touch it up. I mean, you might have seen in the video right here, I tried to touch it up. What I'm gonna have to do is let it dry, and I'm gonna have to sand it and give it just a light little spray again, because it started to run on me, right? So trying to make it work, but I don't know. I really don't know about this paint. I think this paint, honestly, this whole can, everything was really it was just a bad situation right from the get-go, and it just became worse and worse and worse. So here we are now, and it's even worse, right? Like, you know, it is drying. Like, I got some bit of a run there, so I may be able to fix that very easily and everything will work out, but it kind of, you know, it's a touchy situation where it's got me kind of like, you know, I don't know. I don't really like it. I got a couple little drops here too, but like I said, I should have just been more light and got the first coat on and then did another one. Kind of, you know, I was trying to fill all the gaps because the way it was spraying, and kind of bit me in the ass. But anyways, with that said, we'll get her. We're just gonna take some time. Okay, folks. So if you look at it now, we got this side painted. I never got no really overspray. I mean, I never washed the whole car yet, so not a big deal, but it looks not too bad. I still got to put the clear coat on it, but I don't know. You look at it, you tell me what you think so far. You can comment below and let me know, but it's looking pretty good. And the other side, basically, I did a little touch up. Still not going to be perfect, but whatever. I ran out of paint. I never even got the other parts done, so we're kind of in a situation where I need more paint. You know, like, I can't believe that I ordered that paint, paid that much for it, and basically it didn't even do everything I needed to do. So here we are, still stuck in the same situation. I do have this clear coat, which I'm going to use that there. We will, once this all dries, we'll put the clear coat on. I'll probably, maybe I'll have to buff it or something, or wet sand it or something, and then buff it out so that it blends in with the rest. But I don't think it'll be too bad. I think it'll actually, it'll figure out pretty good, to be honest. So we'll see. We'll see what happens here. I'm gonna give it a little longer to dry, maybe a half hour, and then we'll come back. We'll go from there. Hopefully it'll all be dry. I'll put this on, and that'll be that. The only thing I'll have left to do is those there side things. And my opinion is, if I'm gonna buy another can and it's gonna cost me $150, I'm doing the hood too. Because the next can I get won't be 150 milliliters. I don't know why it didn't say that in the specs. It probably did, it just didn't say it where it needed to say it. So, awfully expensive, folks. This paint is awfully expensive. Anything to do with Audi is expensive. Any German car is expensive to work on. They're just, you know, parts are so expensive because that's where they come from, is Germany, right? I guess, I don't know. Anyways, with that said, let's let that dry and we'll get back. Alright folks, so I ended up, it's the next morning, I ended up doing the painting, realized that this paint, I don't know, to me it seems like, you know, it was the right paint coat, but for some reason it seems like it's not the right paint though. I don't know, just the way it turned out. There wasn't enough paint in that can to do what I needed to do, but you know, like, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what went wrong with the paint. It just doesn't look right. So I am gonna order new paint, but I just received my pump to do the AC, so I'm probably gonna, hopefully I got the cans coming too. Like, that's all I'm waiting for, is the cans now to come. You're probably saying, why didn't I just order them locally? I was like, well, I'm gonna order this and this off of Amazon. Why don't I just order the cans too, and then everything comes together. I don't have to go looking for it. So the cans should be here today, I hope. But let's just take a look and you tell me, you know, like, I don't know, maybe it isn't that bad. I just need to sand it out and it might work, but it looks to me like almost like the paint is a darker paint than what the actual paint is on the car. So that's what I think. I think I got the wrong paint too. I don't know. I honestly, I don't know. I didn't like that paint can the way it sprayed. It was like it sprayed very small areas. Like, you know, like it doesn't have that stretch like, you know, a regular spray can would have, right? So it was hard to use, but just like a look. I mean, to me, it looks kind of, you know, when you look down at it like this here, it doesn't look as bad, but when you get up like this and you look down at it, it's like, what the hell is going on with it? You know, excuse my language, but that's basically the way I'm looking at it right now, and I'm like, what is going wrong with this? So see, I oversprayed there. Not a big deal. I can easily fix that with a wet sand and buff it all out. But yeah, it just doesn't look right. And over here, same thing. Just doesn't look right. You know, it does, but it doesn't. It's just the way I look at it, right? But and those things that go at the bottom there, they need it too. So here we are. Basically, it's like, okay, so that didn't work out as good as I wanted to. On to the next step, right? So I'm gonna order, and this paint is expensive now. The one I'm getting now is 12 ounces, which is 355 milliliters. If you're Canadian, if you're US, 12 ounces, you know what 12 ounces is. So this one basically should do that there, should do the other side, no problem. Now, because I've already got some paint on it, it shouldn't take very much at all. Basically, when I got done here, I'm gonna just wet sand every bit of it again. Basically, get it back down to almost normal again, and then I'll spray it again. And I got those other things in there that need to be sprayed, and then the hood's I think I'm gonna do the hood too. I think it should be done. We'll see how this paint that I'm gonna order turns out. Now, you're probably asking, how much does that paint cost? Okay, so right from the actual manufacturer of the paint, they are charging, I believe, total charges is about $77 for that one can of spray paint. And every other spray paint in the world is roughly 14-15 bucks. So that just goes to tell you how expensive this paint is. Will I ever again buy a car of this paint color? Never. It's too expensive. It's too hard to, like, the hassle I had with the last can that I got was like unbelievable. I ordered the paint because, okay, so I'm gonna explain this so everybody understands. Okay, I ordered the paint. I get a text message from a shipping company saying that I need to pay this money. Now, I've already paid all the products that I ordered, the shipping. This is the first time I ever had this happen. So I was thinking, okay, this gotta be a scam. It can't be this way. So what happened is, because I didn't reply to that text, right? And why they got my phone number is another thing, right? Like, it was all weird. They sent it back to the carrier, or to the shipper. And I messaged the shipper, and I'm like, what is going on? Why has my product gone back to the carrier? And anyways, so that's the reason why, was because I got that text and I thought it was like a scam or something, so I didn't bother paying the 22 bucks. So it went back, so I ended up paying the 22 bucks after I realized what was going on. Then he switches carrier, right? So then I gotta pay another $16 for the same thing, right? So here I am, altogether, I don't know, whatever it was like 130 bucks or something. Anyways, and so then after that there, I left a review of, like, this is the first time I ever had this happen on Amazon. I've never had an issue like this before. Amazon actually deleted them off there. They are no longer on Amazon anymore because of the situation. I left a terrible review, like, this is ridiculous, and my number should have been ever given out to a carrier. If there was an issue, that's why I pay a shipping charge, right? How the customer even got my number is beyond me, because Amazon is a company that doesn't, I thought they didn't put that stuff out there. But here's where I'm at now. Is that was the worst experience I've ever had. Now I'm not even dealing with any other person besides the manufacturer themselves when it comes to buying something. This is the way I'm going to do it from now on. So that way that I get my product that I'm asking for. I don't have any second fees that, you know, should never ever been there in the first place. And I get my product on time. You know, like, it went from get my product, it took 3 weeks, 4 weeks, almost 4 weeks, almost 30 days to get that paint. Something like that, right? Like, it was just crazy, unbelievable. I know I'm talking a lot about this, but this is, you know, like, it's crazy how this whole thing went with this paint. So now I'm at the point where it's like, okay, we solved that problem. We realized that customer is no longer on Amazon. I'm gonna get order the paint again. Like I said, I'm waiting for the cans to come in, and then I'm gonna do the AC. We'll get that working, and then this car is basically ready to go. Now here's where we're at. All the talking, I was gonna get rid of it, gonna sell it. Now the wife is really talking to me about keeping it. She wants to keep this car. Now, I'm not one for keeping cars unless they're a Honda. I will leave this car sit here for as long as I have to, so that it doesn't cost me out of my own pocket to fix the rear end. I am trying to save as much money as possible on fixing this car. So I want you all to understand that's why this car hasn't been on the channel lately, is because I do not want... Okay, I'm already roughly, what am I, $1,000 into this car. By the time I fix the rear end, I'll be $2,000 for to fix that there. So that's $3,000. At $3,000, can I still make a profit? Of course I can. But will I make a profit where I feel satisfied? No. No. Now you look at this car. I did all the work. I'm all said and done, I'll be $1,700 when I'm finished, something like that. I don't know quite exact. 1,700, somewhere around there. And this car can go for roughly $3,500, right? So I make a profit of $1,500 roughly, you know, because I still got to get this salvage inspection. But that's where I'm at. So anyways, folks, now that you understand everything that's going on and what I dealt with and why I haven't been doing much videos, is because I've been dealing with a lot of stuff with shipment and COVID-19, and just basically it's been a real stressful time with dealing with, like, I left the worst review that you could ever leave on a thing. And I even told him, I said, I would not recommend you to my worst enemy. Right? Like, just the worst experience I've ever had with dealing with. And then I get the paint and it's so goddamn small. Excuse my language, but like, I didn't even look to see what the specs were. Like, I paid $130 for this paint and it's only 150 milliliters. Like, literally just choked, man, just choked. So now I'm gonna go on the right path and get the 12-ounce bottle, and it's gonna cost me $77 or something, you know, somewhere around there. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I don't know if the wife ordered it yet. There we have it, folks. Hopefully you enjoyed this video so far, and I will be doing the coolant. So if you want to see that done and you want to see me finish this car, because I know it's been way well overdue, please hit that like button, comment below, and hit that subscribe button. We'll see you on the next one.